edition of the Naharjito Bookathon presented in association with the Raisoni Foundation. In this session, we shall explore the book, Unearth the Philosophy and Learnings of Indian Scriptures with 25 captivating stories retold by spiritual leader Daji. The book explores the enchanting tales of Prince Yudhishthir, King Trishanku, and the monkey god Hanuman, among others, from the Puranas and Itihas. Daji's carefully curated selection simplifies ancient wisdom, making it accessible and engaging for young minds. With captivating stories and Gayatri Panchpade's charming illustrations, this book introduces children to the fascinating Vedic era, providing life lessons and insights into the human mind and relationships. It is a perfect start for anyone interested in understanding the meaning of life through ancient Hindu scriptures. Our speaker for this session, Ms. Purnima Ramakrishnan, is an accomplished writer, editor, and advocate for social causes. She is currently the Chief Strategy Officer and Managing Editor at World Moms Network, a prominent platform dedicated to women's voices, which was recognized as a Forbes Top 100 website. Purnima collaborates with writers from over 30 countries, contributing to discussions on social issues, including those in India. Her literary prowess has garnered international recognition with awards such as United Nations Correspondent Association Award for Journalism and a prestigious fellowship from the International Reporting Project at the Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies. Purnima also serves as a senior editor at the Heartfulness Institute, where she plays a crucial role in editing and coordinating children's books by Daji, the Global Guide of Heartfulness. As a seasoned writer and editor, Purnima has contributed to renowned platforms like the Huffington Post and was honored with the Blog Her International Activist Scholarship Award in 2013. She's set to speak at the Orange City Literature Festival in 2024 on the books that she edited for Daji, Tales from the Puranas and Itihas, and Tales from the Vedas and Upanishads. Purnima, in her role as a certified trainer of heartfulness meditation, teaches meditation in both online and in-person forms through customized workshops to individuals, students in schools and universities, corporate personnel, senior leaders, and government personnel. Her commitment to finding inner peace and contentment through meditation is both inspiring and transformative. Purnima's academic journey spans from engineering to creative writing. She holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering and a Master of Engineering in Applied Electronics from PSG College of Technology. Her pursuit of the art of writing led her to the University of Cambridge in UK and Stanford continuing studies in USA, where she further honed her creative writing skills. In her self-discovery journey, Purnima transitioned from a corporate career in the tech industry to becoming a full-time writer and meditation trainer, dedicating her time to both her literary pursuits to her family and society and community at large. Now, I'd like to hand over the session to our speaker.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that amazing introduction. And today I'm going to talk to you all about this wonderful book, Tales from the Puranas and Itihas. And they're a collection of 25 amazing stories which has been written by Daji. It's been retold by Daji from Puranas and Itihas. He has selected these 25 stories which are so rich in our ancient Indian wisdom. And the narratives is He's written this narrative in a very inspiring way, which will prompt us to lead a better lifestyle. And, always we as humans, we want to achieve our best and highest potential, right? So these stories, they drive us to fulfill our passion, to achieve things for which we are so enthusiastic about. And they feed us with a lot of imagination and wisdom and help us to tap something which is already latently present deep within our subconscious. So you might wonder how just reading a story which you've read like hundreds of times, like most of these stories are from the Mahabharata, from the Ramayana, because they are the two great Itihas, right? And from many Puranas. So you might just wonder, oh, I've read all of these stories so many times. How will rereading them this time help me, achieve my highest potential or lead me towards a better lifestyle and so on? The secret is this. Towards the end of every story, Daji has written a few tips, which is a sort of wisdom nugget which he has crystallized from these stories. Like, for example, there is this story about the first story is about the birth of the elephant god Lord Ganesha. We all know this story. We've read the story hundreds of times. But have we ever wondered what is the moral of this story? I mean, I don't mean moral in a very preachy way or like in a lesson learning way, but I always wonder what do I learn? What is my wisdom takeaway from this story? So here he's beautifully said how even gods are sometimes prone to anger, right? And when we go through this difficult emotion of anger, it's not wrong. Anger is not wrong. Anger is not bad, right? It's an emotion which everybody goes through. So even gods go through this difficult emotion of anger. Like we know Lord Shiva went through this state of anger and ordered the beheading of his son, Lord Ganesha, right? So and then came this head of an elephant which got fixed on Lord Ganesha and so on. So we know how there was this anger which led to this. So he says how this anger is a beautiful gift. If we are able to harness this gift in the right way, regulate it and channel it towards the right means, then even difficult emotions can, help us find solutions for our own life. So that is one beautiful example of this story. And then we know there is the story of Bhagirath, right? Um, we have the story of Garuda, we have the story of Bhagirath, we have the story of the five Pandavas and the enchanted pool. That is, in fact, an amazing story. There are all these hundreds of questions which the Yaksha asks Yudhishthira, and he just answers them in a jiffy, like in 1 second. And how was he able to answer all of those difficult questions, which is almost like a riddle or a puzzle or a witty question, but just in a matter of 1 second? If he has that ability, so do you and I as human beings, right? So it's just that Yudhishthira was able to harness the voice of his heart, and the heart is always leading us or guiding us towards the right direction. And then there is, of course, the story of Bhagirath, as I told you. It's one beautiful adventure in perseverance. We all call this, there is this even phrase called Bhagirata Prayatnam, right, in all over India. And it means how he endured and endured and endured in perseverance, and he like achieved what he wanted to achieve, right? So, all of these beautiful stories with a lot of wisdom nuggets. And I'll tell you some of the wisdom nuggets today. He says, how can we succeed in life? Is one of the wisdom nugget from one of the stories. And other stories is, how can we achieve the apparently impossible? And there is a beautiful story from Kakabushundi, who is this crow sage. And for that, the beautiful wisdom is, how can we realize that we've made a mistake, but at the same time not get caught up in the guilt of our mistake, but we just move on from it and go on to achieve greater things in life. And there is this churning of the ocean of milk, which is we all know how the creation started as per the Indian traditional mythological um, narrative, right? So how to maintain inner harmony from this story of the churning of the ocean of milk? There are so many beautiful stories like this, 25 amazing stories. Today, I'm going to tell you one small, simple story, which all of you know. All of you know the story, but yet again, I'm going to tell the story in a completely different way, because I'm also going to share the wisdom which Daji has shared from this story. So the story is called One Fruit, Two Brothers. I think you all guessed which story I'm going to say, right? It's this story which is One Fruit and Two Brothers. And you can see the illustrations by Gayatri Pachpande. Lord Shiva is sitting, Lord Parvati is sitting, and there is Lord Ganesha who is saying namaste to his parents. So you all know by now which story I'm going to say. And then you can also see Lord Kartikeya on his beautiful peacock flying, right? And then there is this fruit, this beautiful fruit, which is there in the title of the story, One Fruit, Two Brothers. So the story goes like this. There is Lord Kartikeya and there is Lord Ganesha, two sons of Lord Shiva and Parvati, right? So one day when they were all chilling out as a family, like spending quality time with each other, Sage Narada comes and he says, I've brought a beautiful, delicious fruit for one of your sons. This fruit is called the fruit of wisdom. You can share this fruit with only one of your sons. You can't cut it into half and give half of the fruit to each of your sons, but you can only give this fruit incomplete, in full, to one of your sons. So now the choice is yours. To whom would you like to give it? Now Shiva was in a fix, Parvati was in a fix. They can't obviously favor one of their sons and not give it to the other son, right? So we as children, we've all gone through this sibling rivalry. As adults, we've gone through, you know, treatment, unfair treatment, fair treatment in our workplaces, in our professional friends, in personal friends. So we cannot tolerate unfairness, right? Either as a child, either as an adult, anywhere in the world, in the society, we can't tolerate unfairness. So neither do adults give us unfair treatment because I mean, it's not really good to do that. So Shiva and Parvati are also these ideal parents who aspire to be ideal parents rather, and they wonder, now what do we do? So Shiva and Parvati enter into a small dialogue between each other and then come out of the room and tell their children, okay, so we've decided that yes, like sage Narada said, I'll give this fruit to one of you. But be fair, I'm going to conduct a competition. In this competition, both of you should run very fast and you should circle the world, the whole of this planet. You should circle the planet and come and reach me here at Kailash where we are sitting. And whoever comes first, I'll give this fruit to you. So as soon as you heard this, what would you do? You would start running fast. You would, because you want the fruit of wisdom, fruit of knowledge, fruit of, the everything in the creation. The fruit of everything in the creation is present in this small, beautiful, delicious fruit, right? This fruit. This is a beautiful illustration of the fruit. And so what happens? Kartikeya, who is the god of war, he mounts his beautiful peacock, which is this blue and green and powerful and shining, and like it was so muscular and it was very sheer and such powerful wings. It started flying, and Lord Kartikeya was almost halfway through circling the world. But Lord Ganesha had this tiny mouse. And when compared to this powerful peacock, how fast can a tiny mouse run? And Ganesha was thinking, oh my God, am I doomed to fail? But that cannot happen. I need this fruit of wisdom and knowledge because I aspire it. I aspire for it and I want what I aspire for. So what do I do? There can never be a situation which is a no-go. There can never be a situation where we can't get what we want, right? If we put our hearts, minds into it, definitely there is going to be a solution. So Ganesha sits down, closes his eyes, and he goes deep into his heart, where the heart is the seat of love, light, intelligence, wisdom, intuition, all powerful feelings and emotions. So he sits down, closes his eyes, goes very deep into this calm space in his heart, and asks his heart, okay, tell me, what do I do now? I need this fruit of wisdom, but I cannot run as fast as Kartikeya. My vehicle, the mouse, is not going to fly or run as fast as the peacock. How do I really get my fruit of wisdom? He sits down in meditation for a few minutes and goes deep down in this place, in the sacred space, in this beautiful, calm, peaceful, emotional space in the heart. And he finds a solution. He opens his eyes, he goes to his parents, and he circles his parents and says Namaste. And he says Namaste and waits. Now Parvati says, Ganesha, what do you mean? Why don't you run? You have to circle the whole world. And Ganesha says, Mummy, you're my whole world. Daddy, you're my whole world. My parents are my whole world and have just circled my whole world, who are my parents. So Lord Shiva is completely blown away and he says, okay, that was amazing. You are so witty. And so this fruit now belongs to you. And he shares, he gives the whole fruit to Lord Ganesha. And that's how Lord Ganesha is called the god of wisdom, god of knowledge. And that's how he got this beautiful fruit of wisdom. And what just happened, right? We've heard this story so many times, but there is this beautiful insight into this story is that Lord Ganesha could find that small or that beautiful breakthrough in the situation because he was calm, he was peaceful, he went into his heart and he found out the answer. So, Daji says this story in a very beautiful way as a narrative in this book, and he also concludes with a statement from his spiritual teacher, his guru, Babuji Maharaj of Shahjahanpur. And he says, Babuji Maharaj used to say to Daji, be plain and simple to be identical with nature. That is a source of great wisdom. Ganesha's simplicity of thought and action led him to victory. Exploring creative solutions by thinking out of the box can solve complex problems. So, this is what Daji says in a very beautiful way. So, now, coming back, when I read this story, I was like deeply inspired because so many times in life we encounter so many complex challenges and problems, and then we think, oh, it's a no go. I've hit a wall. I cannot solve this. I mean, it's failure. And we just stop, we just go back to doing whatever we were doing because we just didn't encounter the way to solve this problem, right? But most of the times when you pause, when you take a chill pill, when you go down deep in your heart, and when you meditate on this beautiful space in the heart, creative solutions emerge, right? And in this page, in the next page here, Daji says, when you hit a wall, do not break the wall, go around it, right? So when you face a complex challenge, don't try to crack it, work around the challenge, try to think outside of the box, look for invisible solutions. Have you ever wondered what the word invisible solution means? So Daddy says, look for invisible solutions. So I'm going to read out what he says. Many times I have come across solutions for our problems in very simple ways. Occasionally the solution comes when I have a clear mind and a pure heart. I go for long walks or spend time with friends. And when we are in a highly relaxed state and in a state of joy, we naturally find a way. Just like the famous Eureka moment. You know what the Eureka moment means, right? Like, the story of Archimedes in a bathtub when he was relaxing, he found the mathematical solution for volume which is displaced is the volume of the water which is displaced is actually the volume of the object which is immersed. So and then he came out of the bathtub and shouted Eureka. So he actually found this when he was in a highly relaxed state, lying in the bathtub which was filled with water, and his brain was in a state which was extremely relaxed, calm, and solutions actually arrive at that moment. So Lord Ganesha found a solution in the same way when he sat down to meditate. So, this is just one story which I have shared. Now, there are so many stories like this, and there is so much of wisdom nuggets like this. So, there are some I would like to share with regards to this story. This book was published quite a few months ago, and after reading this book, we've received a lot of communication from many people, from many children who used it in schools. And there was one beautiful example where there was this, I'll tell you what happened, and this story was cited as an example. There was this middle school group of students who were having a very diverse cultural background. And it was leading to a lot of social tension within the peer group. So after reading this story, one of the students in the class, probably the school pupil leader of, or the leader of that class, what he did was he implemented a very beautiful solution to this, because he wrote in this mail that, we struggle to understand each other's cultural background. And we tried so hard to try to explain it to each other and try to find respect and mutual respect and mutual appreciation for each other's culture by trying to explain it to each other. But it was not working out. So he implemented a cultural storytelling day in a week, where students shared folk tales and stories from their specific culture, from their specific faith, from their specific traditions. And when they shared some stories like this with each other, because it was officially a cultural storytelling day, students started having appreciation for each other's cultural background. It promoted inclusivity, it created diversity. And in the school environment, there was so much of respect and appreciation for each other's, and social barriers were, they vanished, they became invisible. So it is just an example to show how solutions are sometimes not straightforward. We'll have to find a way to figure out a solution for a situation. Every situation is unique. Every circumstance has a very it's very unique, right? Every problem is very unique, and solutions are also unique. But to actually be able to come across that solution, to be actually able to understand the solution, or for it to look at our face, is something which happens only in a deep state of meditative relaxed condition. So today, as I end this story, I also encourage you to read all the 25 stories from this book, Tales from the Puranas and Itihas, retold by Daji. And you can buy this book from Amazon. You can also buy this book from Flipkart. And if you want, you can also write an email to us, talesbydaji@heartfulness.org. And we shall make sure that you get copies. We've had so many bulk booking copies by so many schools and a lot of corporates. That was what surprised us a lot, because there were a lot of organizations which purchased this book for using it in their team building activities. We also, I would also like to share one email from a workplace which we received. There are beautiful success stories, but there are beautiful success stories which, if time permits, I could continue to share, but I receive these messages that so these stories are really inspiring. So the main takeaway for me from this book is, as an editor of this book, is the practices of heartfulness, which is shared with students, with the teachers, with primary caregivers, with educationists, with school providers, is highly beneficial. And these stories are just a medium to share these heartfulness practices. And on that note, I would like to share one heartfulness practice today with all of us. And we will end the session on that note. So for now, sit comfortably. And I'm going to take you through a heartfulness relaxation and meditation, which will help you go into your heart, and it will help you calm yourself. It will lead you to a state of extreme peace, extreme calmness, extreme state of, like the Eureka moment which Archimedes faced. So let's relax ourselves, sit comfortably, lean back on your chair if that is a comfortable position for you. You can fold your legs or you can keep it dropped. Sit comfortably, close your eyes. I will take you through a few relaxation commands which will relax your body. And then we will, towards the end of the relaxation commands, we will rest our attention on our heart. So now let's begin. Let's begin from the toes. Relax your toes, wiggle your toes. Feel your toes relaxed. Feel your feet completely relaxed. An energy from Mother Earth is rising up through your feet, and it's relaxing your legs, your calf muscles. And as this energy rises up, it relaxes your knees, your thighs. And this energy continues to rise up. It relaxes your hips. Your hips are completely relaxed. This energy rises up and relaxes your lower back. And as this energy moves up, it relaxes your upper back. Gently bring your attention to your stomach. Relax your stomach. Feel this energy rising up, relaxing your chest. It's spreading across your shoulders, both your shoulders, and relaxing your shoulders. Feel this energy flowing through your arms, both your arms, relaxing your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrist, your palm, your fingers, your fingertips. This energy oozes out of your fingertips and relaxes your complete arms. Feel this energy moving up, relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders. The junction between the neck and the shoulders is also completely relaxed. This energy moves up towards your head, relaxes your jaw, lips, cheeks, ears, nose, eyes, forehead, till the tip of your head. Your whole body is completely relaxed. As you experience a deep relaxation in your body, gently bring your focus to your heart. Your heart is the source of love and light and wisdom. This beautiful heart is pulling you deep inwards. Meditate on the source of this love, light, wisdom on the heart. Let's meditate for a few minutes in this way until I say that all of you can continue meditating on the heart for a few minutes. Gently open your eyes when you're ready. So, how did you feel when you were in this deeply relaxed state inside your heart? What did your heart speak? Did you listen to the voice of your heart? I'm sure you would have heard something from your heart, right? You would have felt something in your heart. You would have obviously felt peace and calm. You would have also received some signals, some solutions, some creative ideas, insights. So note it down in your diary or in your journal and continue to make this a habit. Maybe as soon as you wake up early in the morning for 5 minutes, you can meditate. You can slowly try to increase the time up for half an hour. Initially, there will be a lot of chatter, obviously, because we have a lot of things going on in our lives. But slowly our mind learns to settle down. And over time, in probably a few days, few months, as your mind settles down, your heart is a wonderful, it's a very, very, very deeply intuitive organ, right? So as your mind learns to settle down, your heart will start speaking louder. And as it speaks louder, you'll get more and more signals and you will get more and more solutions. A lot of creativity will flow from you, a lot of positivity, a lot of wisdom and insight and intuition will start manifesting. It's not something which is new and it's an art which is suddenly learned. It's something which is already there in us. It just takes a little bit of effort to allow it to manifest. And that effort is this tool of meditation or this tool of helping our mind to settle down. So I want to leave you with this powerful tool because stories are there all over the world, right? But what do you do after reading a story? What does the story tell you? What does the story teach you? The story is a powerful tool. It's a powerful narrative. and it brings something beautiful to you. And it's very, uh, in my opinion, it's very unique. Maybe I learned the lesson of, the lesson of being peaceful through this story. Maybe you learn some other lesson. And when you do, please share it with all of us. Please share it with Daji. And his email ID is daji@heartfulness.org. DAAJI at HEARTFULNESS heartfulness.org. So, whatever lessons you learn from these stories or any insights you get from these stories, please write an email to Daji and he will share it with all of us. And I think it would be really wonderful to learn and exchange ideas. And I really encourage you to buy this book. I had an amazing time reading this book, editing this book for Daji. And I'm sure you all are going to love it. It's not only for children, it's for adults too, because we've received a lot of feedback from many organizations, many even from doctors and from government organizations, also from corporates, that so many things has helped. These stories have helped them solve so many challenges. So I'm sure all of you are going to love it. And I leave you all with this beautiful meditation experience. And if you want to continue to learn meditation, log into heartfulness.org, and there are so many resources there. Or you can download the Heartfulness app and learn to meditate with a trainer. And of course, do purchase this book. Thank you so much for having me today. And it's been a real pleasure. It's been an honor for me to be here. Thank you so much.